Devin and Shakur.
Right.
Because those two boxing phenoms, you know, if you're not on that level mentally, like you're not even gonna compete with those two dudes.
Right. It's such an interesting thing because a lot of people don't know. You know, the general public, when someone gets to like an elite level, they need some high profile fight in order for people to realize. Because all the boxing fans realize, like Shakur's a great example. It's not really a household name. He should.
Shakur sees that. He's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes. You know, great eyes, understands boxing very well in movements. And Shakur is going to step out of range and make Teo fall short.
So much confidence in his power. So he doesn't give a he's giving away.
Yeah, he definitely be giving away rounds, but you know, he just in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
Joe Rogan and Terence Crawford break down the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight and make one thing clear: Shakur is operating on a different level. They explain this fight isn't just about talent. It's about strategy, adjustment, and who can control the fight under pressure. Rogan highlights Shakur's elite defense, while Crawford points to his sharp timing and accuracy. Both agree this matchup will expose who truly belongs at the top.
I mean, he's an elite fighter. He's so good. But he needs like a big, high-profile fight, like Gervonta did, you know, against
Nobody
Ryan
want to fight him.
Right.
Nobody want to fight him.
Yeah.
And I see why. You know, I get it. But at the same time, you know, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. No matter what, no matter how far they go, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. So, you know, all these fighters, you know, he's calling out everybody. He's calling out the Pitbull. He's calling out Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's calling out Devin. He's calling out, you know, Tank. He's calling out everybody.
Yeah.
He want to fight everybody right now.
Right.
You know, and that's a dangerous man when you know how talented he is. And he's motivated. He's focused. He's stay in the gym. He's a gym rat. He loves boxing to the core. Like, yeah, that's a dangerous man right now because he got something on his mind that, you know, he wanna accomplish.
And he's still very young.
Yeah.
Very young and still getting better with every fight. Mm-hmm. Him versus Tank would be insane.
Yeah.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. Mm-hmm. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches and then starts to figure holes out. And the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he's very explosive. He's very explosive, and, you know, man, he be cracking them dudes.
Joe Rogan praises Shakur Stevenson's defensive style, calling it special and rare. He explains how Shakur reads opponents, predicts attacks, and controls distance better than almost anyone in boxing today. According to Rogan, this ability lets Shakur stay calm, avoid damage, and strike at the perfect moment. That combination of intelligence and technique makes him extremely hard to beat.
Best Philly shell since Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. His fucking defense was incredible.
Yeah. Defense, and he stayed, and that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy, I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
He also said he's not going to fight that way anymore.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite. Yeah. And just one of the best, like, as far as skill.
Greg Hackett shares a deep take on Teofimo Lopez, focusing on his mindset and fighting approach. He says Teofimo believes power and a knockout are his best path to victory. Hackett looks back at the Lomachenko fight, where hunger and intensity made Teofimo dangerous. But he also notes that fame changed things. Today, Lopez has all the tools, speed, power, footwork, but doesn't always connect them at the same time. If he can bring everything together in one night, Hackett believes Teofimo can beat anyone, even Shakur.
Mentally.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Teo talking about feel like he can get him out of there in 9. Do you feel like that's the only opportunity that he could do to get the victory is by getting him out of there and, not boxing Shakur?
I'm going to tell you this. When Teo fought Lomachenko, right? I'll tell you what it was. His strength, his speed, and his mindset, that fight was why Lomachenko was so hesitant to throw. Teo could do the same thing to Shakur, but now it's a different day. He wasn't as famous as he is now as he was back then. Back then he was more hungry.
Cool.
When he fought Lomachenko, he was hungry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since he's been really hungry and been really wanting to win the fight. I think this fight could be that, but his mindset, his focus, his strength and everything, he got to bring everything to the table. And he could beat Shakur because he has the ingredients. The problem is he can't put them together. Sometimes he show up with the speed without the power. Sometimes he show up with the power without the footwork. Sometimes he show up with the footwork without the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He be in pieces. If he bring everything to the table, he'll be cool.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's the leader of the new school when it comes down to those two guys?
No. The leader of the new school would be Abdullah Mason. The reason why, he's 21 years old. He's been pro for like 4 years. The rest of them
Former world champion Tim Bradley breaks down the clash of styles between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. He explains that Lopez fights with explosive movements and quick bursts of power, making him dangerous at any moment. But that aggressive style also carries risk. Bradley says Shakur's patience, defense, and timing could take away Lopez's strengths. In the end, this fight comes down to control, discipline, and who can adjust better when things don't go as planned.
The feet is what gets you in position to be able to land those shots. A footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Teo's footwork, and what I noticed about Teo's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw with the amount of power that he has, I've noticed with Teo, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Teo's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense. Fast, twitchy type muscles, fibers, he's extremely fast. Some may say that, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones-esque type of, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition. However, he's in there with a guy that is a master at controlling distance. That's he's a master at literally, getting in his position, right? In a position where he wants to be and taking away your positioning. And with doing so, he takes away your feet, and that's why I think feet are going to be extremely important in this. If you can keep your opponent off balance, for instance, let me just give you an example. It's like Teo explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, he's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in, Shakur takes a big step back. Again, always understanding because he has great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur's going
prevails over every style in the world so far, Shakur wasn't just an amateur boxing champion. He was a world amateur boxing champion on more than one occasion. Also, he was the AIBA Fighter of the Year, making him best boxer in the world and in amateur boxing. So, Shakur's looking for those same things from Jay Quinn, turns inside the professional way. But Shakur has been proven that he's been the number one boxer throughout his life. He was number one in every category that he boxed in, from a kid coming up. You know what I mean? Here in the U.S., he had eclipsed every boxer over by 1,000, almost close to 2,000 points in terms of his winning. So, you know, it's not a thing that, you know, people be talking about what have Shakur done. They know what Shakur done in his amateur ranking. Shakur done everything that they never were capable of doing. So, you know, it's only gonna be a matter of time before he proves, you know, this caliber of fighter that he is for the world.
Now, as far as the weight jump goes, what's that preparation like? That'll be his 4th weight class.
Well,
like, what do you look to? Do you look to add more muscle? What's the proper way of adding weight when jumping up?
Let me give you an example. All right, let's look at when Terence fought Canelo, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talking about him walking up and moving up there. The weight was gonna be a problem, but a lot of people don't know what these cats